So I was a bit of a whiny little wiener a couple of months ago. Let me tell you about it. Welcome to my garage, the last bastion of Phil's castle that is his own abode, where he does his fitness stuff. So right after my last video, which I will link above, I did a video on fitness and how important it was to me, how important it should be to a lot of people. And then, wouldn't you know it, right after that, what do? I hurt myself. Somehow I hurt my shoulder, and I had nerve stuff going on. I was tingling, right? I probably did it sleeping, because isn't that what usually happens with somebody who's over 40? And so I couldn't do my regular workouts, and I was always priding myself of late on being able to do like 65 push-ups, 20-25 pull-ups, 20-25 chin-ups, and then all of a sudden I could barely get out 10. And wow, what a whiny little wiener I became all of a sudden. And all of a sudden I was like, what do I do? I've invested so much of my pride and my ego into this skill of being able to, do these pull-ups, chin-ups, push-ups, and all of a sudden I can't do it anymore. And so I started going through this like thought exercise of, what happens if I got in a car accident, God forbid, and I lost the ability to do some exercises at all? Or I lost something else that was near and dear to my physical attributes. All of a sudden I realized that I got like a serious ego problem. Yeah, I know, those of you that know me, surprise! But I realized then that I got this issue with this ego that is built on this seriously shaky ground of being able to do physical things. And the next step to that is, well, shouldn't my ego be based on something that is more deeper? And so further to that thought exercise, I was thinking about ego death. And it's like, well, you can't kill your ego. Then what would drive you to be better? What would drive you to do more exciting things? What would drive you to beat yourself up and be better, and drive you to be more rich or more powerful or more kind, even, like just to be better, just to, better yourself. And then I was doing some small amount of research on it and realized that it's not about ego death. It's not about getting rid of your ego. It's about disciplining your ego. Don't get rid of your ego, but it should be based on things that are more deep, not just so shallow. And I got to thinking about trying to diversify my skills a bit more, and diversifying what I find valuable in defining me. So is fitness an important thing, something that you need to keep doing? 100%. Should that be all? Absolutely not. I should be able to do something else that feeds my ego, that is of more meaning. A house built on solid rock is far more strong, and I can't be depending on physical shallow things. So what am I going to do? Well, volunteer work, is something that should be really far more important to me than what I do. What else should I be doing that gives me a sense of self and a sense of pride, but good pride, not physical, I can do push-ups kind of pride. There's things that are more valuable, being able to help others, investing in the community. So going forward, realizing, coming to grips that I was a bit of a wiener over the last few months, I've decided that I need to start investing in other things, in more skills diversification that aren't dependent on me essentially sleeping wrong and not being able to do something that I really like to do, that my entire ego and self-confidence is built on. And so I'm finding, wow, I really slipped there. I really got so far into the fitness thing that I literally became centered around it. And it's like, what, wake up. So this whole little shoulder pain that I had go on, and me having the fall from the pride of being able to do 65 push-ups is good for me. And I think in some of my other videos I've done, I talk about embracing your weaknesses and failing, and how it's good to fail. This was a failure on my part, and it took me not being able to do my push-ups and my chin-ups that I was so proud of doing. It took that pain to spank me a little bit and go, you're being a wiener, Phil. It's time to invest in something else that is going to help your ego be less shallow, grow deeper roots, and become more defined and more diverse. Anyway, probably rambled on a little bit too much. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you hated this video, please make sure you dislike it. And tell me in the comments what other things you can do to deepen the roots of ego, making your ego behave, and making sure that you're investing in yourself in diverse ways, not just the physical. All right, bye-bye.